What's up guys, Mike from Swoletown. Today we're going to talk about deloading and this most recent study that just came out, which seems to show that deloading is a waste of time, but not so fast. So deloading means taking a period of time, usually about a week, of lighter training. In this study, they completely stopped all training for a week. That's problem number one. The normal protocol is to just reduce your overall training volume and intensity to somewhere between 50 to 70%. So you're taking a week of lighter training, not a week off of training. Issue number two is that this is an 8-week study and deloading is a long-term strategy. The benefits of scheduled deloading may not manifest themselves over 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. But how about over a period of a year or two of continuous training? And this is particularly going to be true for more advanced athletes, tactical athletes, combat athletes, power lifters, and higher level guys who've been training a long time. There's a big difference between a recreational lifter or a beginner taking a deload, which might not be necessary, and a guy who's deadlifting 500, 600, 700 pounds. Most of the really high level coaches that I've worked with that I know regularly deload their athletes. So in a situation like this, I'm gonna go with the really experienced guy who's been in the trenches, the guy who trains 600-pound benchers, the guy who trains high-level athletes, who understands through lots of experience that deloading is an extremely useful and necessary tool. Now, as usual, what happens with these studies is people take it as, well, deloading's useless because the study said so, but not so fast. You need context. First of all, what kind of an athlete are you? Are you just a recreational lifter that goes to the gym a few days a week? You might not need a deload. Are you someone who's really pushing the envelope with strength? Are you a tactical athlete training multiple things concurrently at a very high level? Are you pushing the envelope with your training? The idea of deloading is that you push yourself really hard over a period of time. You kind of overstep what you can actually recover and adapt to. And then you give yourself a little bit of a break to allow the body to overcompensate. It's like taking a quick step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward. If you were just to continue pushing the envelope endlessly, you would end up taking multiple steps backward because your body just can't handle that much. So in summary, I think that the deloading study totally missed the mark on what they were trying to achieve. They're trying to see whether deloading is useful or not. The time frame that they use is pointless because deloading is a long-term strategy. 2, just the level of subjects being used. A recreational lifter in the gym a few days a week probably doesn't need a deload, but someone on a structured program that's really pushing the envelope, an athlete, someone who's pushing really heavy weights all the time, a tactical athlete, someone doing multiple things at the same time concurrently, probably should deload. And lastly, and most importantly, just the way that they deloaded. They took an entire week off of training, and most coaches aren't doing that. You deload by reducing your volume and intensity to about 50 to 70%. So you're just taking a quick step back. You're still training. You're not taking a whole week off your training. You're just reducing the intensity and volume of the training. That's how you're supposed to deload. So they could have at least gotten that part right. So as usual, I'm trying to keep this short and to the point. I know a lot of people have short attention spans these days. So if you like this kind of content, give me a follow, give me a like, and we'll do plenty more.